This is a test that I do on every car body that I sell to make sure it's going to be the customer is going to be satisfied. I actually do what I call a slow roll to watch, see if the wheels are migrating to the head of the axle. We'll start this down the track. Not very good with the camera there, but let's see. Now we'll do the slow roll test, slow roll test in the reverse direction. Make sure it's migrating going in the reverse direction. Yeah, hit the rail stop, but both axles or both wheels have migrated to the head of the axle. Now that we've done our slow roll test, both forward and backwards, the body is now ready to shape. So I'm going to pull the wheels off and go out to the belt sander and come back and proceed with showing you the rest of the drill. Just as a review, this is a BSA wheelbase. The plywood has been inserted in the rear weight pocket before we cut out the front weight pocket. After it's cut out, then we put the 1/64 plywood stiffener in the front. So we have it in the front and the rear, and it's topped with the 1/64 ply, creating a very rigid, strong structure, and it will not give and change the angles of your drill while you're going through the rest of the building process. Now I'm going to go to the belt sander, shape the body, and we'll be back on camera. Now the body has been shaped, and we're ready to cut the parts of the body out that will make this an ultralight. So we mark where the axle is. We look underneath, scribe a line on the side just in front of the weight pocket, and make that mark on top. And we take our square, lay it across. What we're doing is marking where we're going to cut the weight pocket out, or not the weight pockets, but the lightening, where we lighten the car body. That's where the axle is, and just a little bit in front of the axle and a little bit in the rear of the axle. Square that up, put a line across there, and a line across here. And then whatever distance you would like in front of the axle, we're going to cut this out. So there's our lines across like so. And you just take a straight edge, mark out how much side you're going to leave on the car. Distances, I don't really pay much attention to that, and measurement wise I just go by sight. This is a 1/10 inch scale. That's just slightly less than 2/10 of an inch on that side. See how well I did on this one? It's almost identical, just slightly less than 2/10 of an inch. That's how much side I'm going to leave on this car. Now I'm going to go off camera, but what I'm going to do is drill where we're going to cut out this X and this X, following those lines. It's hard to draw straight. So we're going to be removing these two X areas. I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm sure you all realize what I'm doing there. We're just drilling a series of holes here, 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 and here, and here, and here, and here, and then we'll take that out. I'll come back on camera after I get that drilling done. Back on camera. Since I went off camera, I did the series of holes around here and took those areas out and sanded all the sides, so on and so forth, with the wood rasp. And I've also added the 1/64th strengthener across here in the rear of the front axle, in the front of the rear axle. And the purpose of that is to take some of the side twist out of the body. That has just a little bit of twist. I don't think it hurts. I've built a lot of cars without that. To make things a little bit better, maybe people will be more happy if they know I've done this. But all cars in the future will have this. There you put the 1/64th in front. Hold that down until it sets. Glue kicks off. Run a little bit of the thin CA glue. Oops, up here. I'm going to take this right quick over to the sandpaper that we saw before. Okay, now we've got the 1/64th added in the front here, front of the axle, the rear of the axle, and of course in the front and rear of the rear axle drill. That to me is very strong and very little twist. Alright, now we're going to go to doing the balsa. They're really, in my opinion, wing ribs. People are referring to them as lighter style. Check one more time, touching all four corners, and the body has remained 100% flat during this process. Okay, we'll shut the camera off just for a second.